The G20 necessarily, there's no one who doesn't want us in the G20 except this fool. It's this guy who's got a problem with us and by extension America. And America is not a G20. We are a founding member of the G20 and no one is going to push us away. We'll still have a year where we need to mobilize communities. I want to say it here without any fear of contradiction. Ramaphosa handled this saga very well. With diplomacy and radicalism and all of that, you ought to strike a balance. The guy handled that thing very well. It's not easy to fight America. There's difficulties under embargo by America now for more than 60 years. Cuba without toilet papers. You know, in Cuba, when you go to a toilet, those things of cut it and give you. They don't give you that thing of the whole roll to the bathroom. That's how much bad it is to send food worth 1 million to Cuba. We are suffering, we are poor, deep slaughter, but we are in a much better position compared to those comrades in Cuba. Why are they suffering like that? Because they decided to take an ideological position against imperialist forces led by America. We must take inspiration from those people. Ours is very clear. That thing of declaring money to the IEC and nonsense is a mission of us who can each give us 99,000 rand, not more than buy food and send to Cuba. That's who we are. Insult us anyhow you want. We build houses for disabled people when we've got houses because their pain is against America. It will never like that. But are we going to retreat because that I should no longer enter America? It's okay, I will enter Zimbabwe. I'll enter Botswana, I'll enter Nigeria, I'll enter Africa, my home. Nigeria in its jollof. Nice, nom. Nice food. So why must I fight for beggars instead of jollof? When we're in Nigeria, you must, DSG was the pepper soup by the governor, setting but not stopping. That's how nice Africa is. So you want to threaten me that you won't give me a visa to America or give me a visa to London? I don't care. I'll go to Africa and enjoy. For those who come after me, that we must not hero worship America, so to an extent that when we are threatened that we can't get visas, we retreat on our ideological position. Fidel went to comrades, local government elections were fighting. It's not about local government elections only. It's for the survival of the EFF. Because if it took a knock in 2024, and so don't ask me about strategies. No. You can't ask me that. Just know we're fighting. And at the center of our fight, and central where resources will be put highly, is in the Eastern Cape. We have been sleeping in that province, and we're not going to have a provincial leadership that is going to sleep in that province. Someone asked me, are the provinces, that Eastern Cape leadership, if it's not going to change, it's Al or Mid-Val or somewhere there. Because that's where people are frequenting. The only person who's able to bring numbers for them is the congregation of Reverend Zondo. We have no place here for people who want prayers. Want prayers, Zondo is waiting for you there. In return, you shall march in his support for his rape case when he appears in court. Not here. Here, we're not going to loiter around with people of no value and substance. The performance in the by-election of Ekurhuleni yesterday has been sanctioned here now, 2 o'clock, when we're finishing. They are coming here. They must explain what happened. We are in that era where if you lose a single vote of the EFF, you have to come here and explain why. And why must we keep you? Because there are clowns who are running around here in Gauteng and then harbor such people in the EFF who are going to bring an ANC tendency. Because what made the ANC decline, I can tell you now without fear, it doesn't sanction mediocrity and laziness. Illness of SARS, of the criminal case in Limpopo and all of that. And then we'll go to the NEC. And on Sunday, I'll be in the front pages. They will all be there. The president will be there. Everyone will be there. They will still pass like nothing happened. I can tell you now, Bheki Cele was at the no one. They never do that in the ANC. Hold you accountable. I went to school after the ANC because no one in the ANC has ever said to me, why are you not going to school? Why are you loitering around with this woodwork thing? You are still young. To a credit anyway is Naledi Pandu. After I said to her, I said something bad about her. And then I couldn't sleep that evening. My grandmother called me, said, but like that, out of her own wish, that's who she is. You have to go to that woman and apologize to her. We went there with Pulema. I used to have a good friend in the ANC called Good Pulema. We looked for her and she called us somewhere. She was in a meeting. We went. And I went to apologize to her. Pule was there. And I can't remember if Magatka was there or whoever. Then after we spoke for too long, she said to me, Julius, why are you not going to school? You're too young. Go to school. No one has ever said that to me. They never hold anyone accountable. We catch a boy who has been fraudulently using his qualifications in the NYDA, wanting to be a chairperson, that boy, after that expose in Parliament. No one in the ANC has called that boy, come here. What is this nonsense? You see, this one who's chairing the press conference here, he doesn't have a driver's license. Doesn't have. In the past CCT, his issue was a subject of discussion. How are you going to drive around and serve the people? Because driving is not luxury, it's a necessity. Someone asked him, he will never leave this EFF and say, but you are in the EFF and you don't know how to drive. And he says, he won't say, I will never. You must ask Mbuyiseni actually. I said to Mbuyiseni, you have to drive. Mbuyiseni says, why? I don't see a need. I can find my way around and do all of those sorts of things. And you are going to get in that taxi. You are going to find some crazy fanatic of Jacob Zuma in Parliament. What? Hey, Varamtla Washa. I'm not saying buy Ferrari. I'm saying drive. You can go and ask him. He refused. And he once said to me, you know, give me the theory of how you do this thing. People were preparing for something of the EFF. There's a comrade of ours called Sam. He's not, you can drive. Sam, show this guy. Don't get in with him. Show him what he must do. And you know, where they shot our people in Marikana, it's an open thing. Then we said to Mbuyiseni, get in. He got the spirit of our people in Marikana. And then he was making rounds. The way it was so nice, he didn't want to stop. When we were like, to tell him, there is this thing. Look after this.